wolf is silent now. I know that. Would you like to explain about how we're going to be winging this?
All right. Basically, we got together at Face City about a week ago to try and... What?
That's my word.
Okay. Face City to try and come up with what we were going to do. And basically, we kept going on tangents, and we couldn't decide anything to do. All we decided to do was this man right here is going to discuss Generation 1 and Diaclone. Curtis is going to handle Beast Wars and Beast Machines, and I'm going to mop up whatever's left.
Except animated.
Except animated, because I don't know animated.
We call it the movies.
Yeah. So, we're mostly winging it, but it's seeped in enough in our brains we should be able to handle it.
Anything we say, we're saying this.
We're all more or less at the point that we will talk about Transformers all day, every day. For anyone willing to listen, it's just, it's really y'all be able to take it for as long as you say.
And in fact, we and him worked he worked at Toys R Us, I still do. And every morning, toys.
You see, I ain't got nothing fun to talk about, I'm just all feeling trash.
He found out, he's like, so all these little people work at Toys R Us. I was like, when I first met him, I was like, I'm the guy who you hear about who works at toy stores. And I'm like, toys. He's like, wait, everyone over here works for money? Yeah. Stupid. Yeah, we love talking about Transformers. This was actually put together almost last minute because we figured out we had nothing fan-wise for Transformers except autograph sessions. So, John Russo, our organizer, asked if I wanted to do something, and I have you guys. Actually, I met Jared at Walmart doing Transformers animated before they were supposed to be out at 3 in the morning. I met Josh here. I recognized him from YouTube, and then he started coming to Toys R Us, and I recognized him there. And that's how we became friends. Almost lost my job for bringing them up on the register.
Can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Pull one of the mics out and mic yourselves. We can barely hear you.
This is actually my walkie-talkie staff.
Do we have any mics?
Yeah,
There's a mic right behind you guys.
Alright, hang on a second.
Oh, there is.
There
it
is.
might not be hooked.
You know, it took a crippled guy to figure that out. I'm a little worried about you.
Go, Darren. That's what I like to do.
Turn on the switch on the side.
There it is.
It may not be wired, maybe.
See it?
See it over yonder, over here. See here.
You can tell we were waiting for a big turnout.
Well, we need some Mike Agra over here bad.
And another friend.
Hey, check it. Alright.
Can we get from behind us?
Yeah.
Why do you need a microphone?
You're gonna do it, babe. You're gonna do it.
Because they say they can't hear us. My voice is shot because I was up till 4 in the morning.
What were you doing?
I was having meetings about the deal.
Sure.
Staffers never sleep. Mechacon attendees or staffers do not attend Mechacon. We do it for y'all. So I was up till 4 in the morning having meetings.
Hey, how's it going?
Thank you.
This is David Dewar, another guy who I met through Mechacon, and another friend who likes Transformers who's sleeping right now.
Glad you have the microphone.
Sorry, I forget.
Hold it up to your mouth and you do everything else. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let Jerry go first because he's doing the one. Diaclone G1, which came first in the line.
It wasn't even the line.
Take one down, pass it around.
Not till tonight.
I don't know. I thought we'd start with GoBot.
This is our most ragtag team of people.
Hi.
Hi.
Am I loud enough now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to begin, like I said, this was really last minute, but that's fine because if you're here, you love it anyway. So you love us probably as much as we do, or similar to. They chose me. I kind of chose myself to talk about G1 and everything. We're not like. It doesn't seem right to just talk about the history of Transformers because even I would get bored hearing about things I already know. So I'm going to talk about how it relates to me and G1 itself. Just like most 80s Transformers began, just like most 80s toy lines, with a toy line from nowhere and just something to come along with it to see if it works, and it turned into this. My first Transformer was a G1 Jazz that my dad, who is sitting right back there, wave, I'm gonna make you,
Hey, Dad.
got it for me, and it went from there. I still have it. He does not have his door shoulder wings, or his guns, or most of his stickers, or most of his paint, but I still have him. Or. You see, this is where I don't know where to go because I can just talk. For me, it was more than it was to where I started getting into it. I mean, I must have been. I couldn't have been older than 7 years old when he got it for me. I don't know. It was one of those things for me. I guess maybe I was a little bit cheap, even as a young child. It immediately occurred to me, hey, this is 2 toys in one. That's awesome. And I always thought it was hilarious to have it say on the box, transforms from 1 and back, as though you would have it only change 1 time. But despite that, of course, you know, I probably have more than both of these 2, even though I'm younger than both of them by far. Like I said, or where I was going to go with the actual history, Transformers did not start as a normal toy line, like say He-Man. He-Man just got He-Man toys. They were made for He-Man. They were cheaply made. Well, Transformers, they started with a couple of different Japanese toy lines. The most well-known probably being Diaclone. And Diaclone was just, it was pretty much the same kind of thing. You got G1 Optimus Prime right here. He was one of the infamous ones that pretty much the entire first series of Transformers weren't really Transformers to begin with. They were, like I said, Diaclone. Help me out. What was Microman. What was the Dinobots from? I don't remember.
They were Diaclone.
No, they weren't Diaclone.
Well, Grimlock was.
They had the. No, he wasn't.
No, they weren't, because they didn't have.
No, and Megatron was a man for all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because there was the gun thing.
You ever seen one of those in the case?
It's been a while. Not in person. Going from there, of course, Transformers actually began, and it was just a couple of people that decided to give it a try and get the copyrights and kind of stick them all together and go from there. And it became what it is today. How many episodes are there? You know, got 4 seasons. I'm trying to.
4 seasons.
I think there's 98 of the first season.
86.
96.
96. You see, this is where I want you to be talking for me right now. Just kind of like whisper to me, because I know you know G1 better than me, and I'm trying to tell you about it. So,
Okay then.
y'all are gonna hear me a lot because I'm trying to figure out what to say. There's so much to say. I could just, I mean.
I just want the Ravage statue, man, because it's awesome.
You know, I picked that up over here just for this panel.
I saw it at the dealer's room.
He spent $30 so he could put
Are
it on
there
display.
any more in the
That's his
dealer's
reason.
room?
They have the Galvatron and Unicron bust.
Yeah, Galvatron Shockwave.
Yeah, they have Shockwave also.
See, I don't really like Galvatron.
I like Ravage.
You don't like Galvatron, man. He's the little.
He's a queen.
Galvatron's on meds. I think that's awesome.
He's on what?
He's on meds. He's nothing fun.
He's over.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Well, if you had to remember Diane, you might be a little crazy because
You know, he's the only one that you know is parent monitored. They're right there. You watched it.
Well, you know who actually runs things instead of Galvatron? It is Cyclonus.
Sure.
Yeah.
So.
This is where I wanted this panel to go, and I'm glad.
This is why this is the fan panel.
The better y'all are, the better we look.
We can continue talking about Galvatron and all of his, his abuse over the years.
At night, when they're alone, Cyclonus and Galvatron is submissive. But anyway, that's another story.
You know what?
We're not getting into that.
Oh, come on, dude.
Anyone else feel like talking about the long life of Lord Starscream?
Does everyone in here actually know the history of Transformers, or
Yeah.
enough on it.
Yeah, we don't want to sound like
We don't want to just be like, I mean, you know, we're all fans.
Should we continue telling the history of Transformers, or do you know it enough to just want to talk about fan
Continue.
things?
You're filling in gaps.
Filling gaps? Okay.
Okay, that's...
We were just going to turn it into a complete fan panel where we all discuss about Transformers. But that will come soon enough.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of filling in gaps then, I'd be much better if I felt like I had a reason, or not a reason, but a more specific point to go into, because where I'm going is going to be so general that it doesn't seem like it would make much sense.
What if we ask questions so that way you guys could fill in?
There you go.
That's the other thing.
That's the idea.
Come on, guys.
Ask
help
every
out.
question you want.
Finally.
What is Ravag's favorite color?
Oh, good
Clear.
God.
Laser beak.
Black.
41.
Whatever the color that thing was in Revenge of the Fallen that was so see-through that it went through a soldier. And I don't know how very many people have seen Revenge of the Fallen, so...
Yes.
Let's leave those alone.
What the heck was that?
No one thought that
supposed to
thing
be?
was cool.
I did.
Yeah, but
I did.
it-
It wasn't that he was.
it was-
It wasn't that he was clear or anything. It was that he was so thin
Exactly.
that if you looked at him, you would miss him. Except
Oh, I thought that was Megan Fox. Holy crap.
There will be no Megan Fox jokes at this panel. Just to establish that one.
Let her die. I need some
Michael Bay has already turned her into a joke. You don't need any more from y'all.
I thought it was kind of a trip what they did with Frenzy,
Yes.
because that was kind of a trip. I had to admit.
I still want that toy.
And since we're at a convention, I may as well be the one to point this out. For those here that care, they're going to be making a toy, the last Barricade toy they'll probably ever make is going to come with Frenzy, and Frenzy can ride inside Barricade.
Oh my
And-
God! Why did they put him with Barricade though?
Yes.
Well, does anyone know who Human Alliance Bumblebee is?
Nope.
I've seen it in the store, but I've passed on it every time.
Human Alliance?
It's awesome.
Isn't that short-lived one where they like combined with humans?
No.
No, it's brand new.
Oh, okay.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the idea behind the whole thing is it's really cool Transformers that come with really crappy human figures that can ride with them. So you throw the humans to the side,
Human Alliance.
and that's what the actual toy.
Is anybody familiar with alternators? The alternators line?
Why? They just issued it with
Okay,
a new
picture-
angle to try to sell another one of them.
Picture an alternators figure
That always confuses me.
with a slightly simpler transformation in a mini G.I. Joe, and that's it.
Anybody remembers Mask?
Oh my God,
With a
man.
terrible Shia LaBeouf, just so it's all
It
known.
looks like a zombie. He's like,
How is this different from any other film he's in?
good point.
I don't know.
Disturbia?
Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye. I've never seen it.
It was alright. I saw it
watched
last week.
I refuse to watch it. He wrote Indiana Jones, and I'm just like, no.
No. The refrigerator and the aliens.
Yes.
Ruined Indiana
The
Jones.
refrigerator, yes.
I'm sitting there in the movie theater eating Reese's Pieces, and an alien pops up. I go,
Come on, Indiana Jones always dealt with supernatural things. It
This is what
always
happened when we
did.
tried to decide what we wanted to talk about. We
This is
went
what
on
happens
topic.
when you have no damn clue.
Okay, this may make me unpopular, but is anybody else put off when they try to do crossovers from Transformers to things that they shouldn't cross them with? Like, oh, the Hulk.
I saw
Yes.
that.
How do you get transforming Hulk?
Okay.
What is that?
And let's not mention Transformers and Star Wars. Don't
No.
we?
I thought you were trying to talk about whenever Transformers and the Avengers had a crossover, but never mind.
What?
At least that's
How
down
did
in
I
the
miss
cartoon world,
that?
right? Did that actually come out?
book.
Yeah, that was in the cartoon world. I mean actual toys, like the Hulk was.
I saw that.
But you know
How
what's
did I
worse?
miss
You know what's
that?
worse than all that? Kids players.
Oh, God.
What?
Kiss players.
Does anyone know what the Transformers kids players are?
Pedophilic giant robots.
Is anyone
What
familiar
is that?
with who the little girl Optimus's kiss player partner is?
What?
Her name is Marissa Fairborn, daughter of Flint Fairborn
yeah.
from G.I. Joe.
That is so wrong.
She ran away from home and joined up with Optimus. That's how the backstory goes. And Megatron wields tentacles and has a big long slimy tongue.
You're a kid.
Whoa, Megatron's a
Look it up.
tentacle
I don't know
monster?
why.
Megatron's a each toy comes with a CD of the radio play of it, and they talk about it. I'm like,
See, all I knew is they came with little.
the thing is, it's in G1 continuity, and they work for the government, and the Kiss player partners, when they kiss the Transformer, they get powered up. And Optimus, she has a surfboard,
Yeah.
and her surfboard
Yeah.
splits into two knives. Optimus can do it. So he doesn't have that power until she kisses him.
Yeah.
So
And then there's a
Yeah.
there's a girl named Tari
Yeah.
who's very suicidal, and she's
It's
a
terrible.
cop that shoots everything.
Michael Jackson looked decent.
And they're just marketing to children.
He has one. He has Optimus
Yes, I do. The American toy.
because he comes with the fishing pole from the movie. It can turn
Well, that's cool.
Where's the girl?
Where's the gun?
Actually, Valerie has it.
Valerie has.
Where's G1 Megatron?
Let's see it. Come on.
Hey, where's G1 Megatron?
G1 Megatron is in my dresser drawer at home.
Where's Septimus Prime?
Septimus Prime is at home. I was looking for him. I couldn't find him.
Septimus Prime is the name of that little,
I see G1 in like
two-pack
Beast Wars.
Tommy gun that came out for
You don't
plastics.
control it.
There is
Tank
no
Megatron.
contingency going on right now.
Yeah.
But there's no
Cannot tell.
G1, no movie, and there's no.
I like Beast Wars. That's me.
Yeah. Septimus Prime.
See, I
The best
couldn't
part about him is his
Oh,
gun.
yeah, Beast Wars
That's it.
fan. Right? Well, I have a special gift for you that I'm gonna show all.
Megatron
My
attacks.
favorite is just Generation.
But y'all are Beast Wars fans?
Yeah.
You think I should do it now?
Why is there not a jazz up
Well,
there?
Jared, since you got sidetracked, it's my turn.
This is Jazz
Drowning
Day.
anyway.
Why
We're
is
drowning in
there
hell.
not a jazz up there?
We're racist.
I could have brought mine.
I'm joking. Why is there not jazz up there?
Because I don't have to.
To go along with the one I have that I just told y'all about, I also have the gold-plated commemorative one that I got at a BotCon a couple of years ago, and I thought about bringing both of them to show then and now, but I figured it would be too ironic.
Hey, my man in the back, you have a question?
Oh, me?
Yeah, I wasn't ignoring you. I was letting my boy talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The question is, which one, what's the one? No, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Well, stick around. You'll remember.
Yeah, you'll remember.
Welcome
No, I
to
gotta
my
go
world.
soon. I gotta go soon.
Okay. Was it a question? What's our favorite character, or
Yeah, something like that.
my favorite character is Dinobot and Starscream. But well, if it's anything else, it's Starscream. If it's Beast Wars, it has to be Dinobot. I have a soft spot for Megatron, also, as you can tell, and Ravage. But
And
Do you want to know all our favorites or just?
I used to like Cheetor, and then I grew up.
You like what?
Cheetor. I thought he was cool, man. He was like, he was like me. Then I grew up and he got stupid in Beast Machine. Yes, I was gonna bring the worst Transformers toy in history. The very first Supreme Transformer that was packaged as Supreme was called Supreme Cheetor. It's basically basically life-size cat. He's the size of a house cat.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, "Oh, that's cool, man." I was like, "Yeah, it would be." Zep is from Beast Machines.
That doesn't exist.
I'm sorry. I got mine for free in a trade for a Rampage and a book. I got a Shaq Direct from BotCon that's flaking.
So what makes it the worst toy? Is it not transform or?
no, it transformed, but it can't stand.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Its legs are about this thin.
Prop up
Can't say
only.
it like that. It's not
It
as
is
though there's never been a
His legs are like
trouble
pencil
saying.
thin. They're about this big.
I see.
And he stands about this tall already. And you have to extend it the way he goes to this tall. And he just falls over. It's very bad.
He needs a stand.
He does. Alright, well, I guess I'll pull this out.
Oh, hands up.
Yes.
I would like to know what everybody's first Transformer was, because my first Transformer was Soundwave. And I went to camp one year, and my friend's little brother went and told my mother that it was his Soundwave that I had borrowed. She gave it to him, and they destroyed it. When I came home from camp, I was about ready to beat the crap out of him.
His brother broke the Jetfire from G1.
Oh no.
I bought what had to have been the last Generation 1 Jetfire ever sold. I bought it in 1994. The figure came out in 1985. I was at it's a mom and pop hardware store, and they had sold toys, and I'm walking through, and I see this box. It's like this big. You know, I was littler than it. It looked like it was that big, and yeah, it was big. But anyway,
That box
I was like,
is
I
bigger
want
every
it,
time
and
you
it
tell
was
that
like $45. And I said, Mom, can I have this? She said, "That's $45. You're not getting that." So my aunt bought it for me for my birthday. And I had it. It was all nice and pretty and everything. And my little brothers had some friends over, and they decided to transform it. And that was the end of it. So I've been trying to find another one, but they're like, for a good, complete one, it's like $100 now on eBay.
I was upset. I missed my
one for $100. Take it.
I'm talking about loose.
I've seen packaged for 6 and 7.
Yeah, I believe that.
Speaking of Soundwave, how many people are going home after Mechacon and going on eBay or Hasbro Toy Shop to try and find a Comic-Con exclusive Soundwave? I have to work Mechacon at Comic-Con right now. Dude, I'm broke. I spent $50 this year, that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna try. You have a question, my man?
Yeah, what was the hardest figure you ever had to get? Like, most expensive, the one you had to title for the most?
All the ones my mom would not buy me. No, my first Transformer that I can remember, I had the little mini throttle box when I was a kid. But I don't think they were Bumblebee. It might have been. The one I don't even know if it was Goldbug. It was just a miniature, you know. I remember the first one I went into Walmart in 1995, 96, and I saw the Beast Wars, crocodile and alligator. And I was like, when I was a kid, I went with because my cousins like, I'm only child. They liked He-Man and Star Wars, so I was all He-Man. The Transformers, I watched it, and I lost touch with it until Beast Wars. And I saw the toys, like, well, these are great on the show. So I asked my mom to buy it for me. Instead, she bought me Clawjaw. If y'all know Clawjaw, he's a... He was a octopus, like a squid. Yeah, that was fun. He got broken and thrown away. Never did get the Optimus bat and alligator. The how I got back into Transformers after Beast Wars was over, I lost touch with it for years until Mechacon started. John Russo, the organizer, and Pierre Barres, the organizer, are very big Transformers fans. And a lot of my Transformers have come from them. This one was John's, this one was Pete's. And these two were John's, the Optimus and the, he traded them to me for, because he has 3 kids, so he can't buy new stuff. You know, so he, basically, when the movie came out, I bought the entire movie line, or half the movie line, before I owned one for myself. He traded me Death Charge from Blackout for a Master Beast Starscream from Walmart. He gave me the Transmetal 2 Megatron, the dragon one. Because growing up, my mom was a single parent, didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't have a lot of money for toys. So I made do what I had. Mostly garage sales and stuff like that. So that's why these are special to me, because they're from a good friend, and I never had them when I was a kid. But he traced me a lot, and he actually, when he wants something, he will make me get, you know, he'll coach me to get it for him. He wanted the Stargate SG-1 complete box set, and I bought it for him. It was, you know, $300-something. Out of the trade, not only did I get a Beast Wars Air Razor, a Beast Wars Tiger Hawk, I got a Beast Wars 2 Lao Convoy, Beast Wars 2 Galvatron, and the 2006 Days of Future Past box set from BotCon. Yeah.
That's a heck of a deal.
He's very happy with his SG-1 set, and I'm very happy with my my collection. Actually, to bring up more Mechacon, I'm a staffer. This is my 3rd year. The first 2 years, I was just an attendee. We have a charity auction, and we're having one tomorrow. I don't think we have any Transformers items in it. Oh, actually we do. We have the Revenge of the Fallen movie standee that was at the Grand Theater. If you don't want to build that, I think bidding starts off at $100. To this day, I hold the record for the most expensive, over there, one gentleman. In 2006, I hold the record for the most money spent for a single item. This one nearly jumped on me to grab it when I saw him. And it's in this box, and for the first time in 3 years, I got it signed by David K. this morning, and he was very happy to sign it. I paid $525 for it.
Charity auction.
Charity auction. It went to Faith House. All our charities go off Faith House. This was rumored to be one of 2, maybe 3. It was sent to us by Hasbro. I'm sorry, no, Mainframe sent it to us, and Mainframe's copy. If anyone knows the history, Mainframe designed the Beast Wars TV show. They don't get along anymore. I don't know why, but if I ever go to BotCon and I bring this to get signed, that's why I'm glad they came here. And Hasbro asks me where I got it from, I'm gonna tell them my aunt got it off eBay, and she passed away, which my aunt Martha or something. This item, I was in a bidding war for against myself and about 2 other people, and they finally caved in when they saw my fiance at the time. Getting very angry and wanted to beat the crap out of me. As far as we know, the other 2 were probably, if there even is 2, there's probably only 2 in the world. There might have been 3, but the other ones were destroyed when the show ended. This was given to Mainframe by Hasbro. It is the Bible for the toy line. It has all the production artwork in it, and I have never taken this out of the house in 3 years since I moved to my new apartment. If y'all look, it has the artwork and the color codes. And then what on the back, what they end up being in the show. And if you look all the way to the back, because I love toy line more in the show. This, it has all the color palettes in it for all the packaging. And I did not notice this until I looked through this, that the Predacon and Maximal's packages were different. The Predacons had a purple eye, and the Maximals had a green eye. I never knew that and they have all that in this binder. If anybody wants to look through it, you can look through it. Just the pages are the pages are, some of them are tearing because it's 10 years old. It's been in a closet before they sent it to us. The only part is on right here.
I'm going to make the suggestion that the owner of the binder.
Well, yeah, I'll flip through it.
Pages.
Yeah, I'll flip through it. That's no problem. This right here was a mess up. I didn't want to cover something. If y'all ever met Alec Willows, very, very nice guy. He heard and grabbed it from me. He was like, "Oh yeah, Kurt," and he signed it. I didn't want the cover signed, so instead of trying to take it off, I made this as the VIP section. And only people who were at that show, which they've already signed it, have signed it, and no one will ever sign it again, except for the inside, which I'm hoping to one day get every single cast member. And BotCon 2006, I missed Richard Newman, and I missed the Blue Man Coop, who is the voice of Richard Newman is Rhinox, and Blue Man Coop is Tigertron, Tiger Hawk. He hardly ever does conventions. Ian Corlett is another one. He's Cheetor. He never does conventions anymore. So it's going to be probably impossible to get it, but I'm hoping one day to do it. This gentleman has been to BotCon many times.
I'll tell you what, if anybody has a chance to get Richard Newman in his record, but I know.
Richard was going to be here in 2006. Unfortunately, he had a family emergency and couldn't come.
I don't mean Richard, excuse me, Ian Corlett.
Oh, Ian Corlett?
See, the thing with Ian is, BotCon left Mr. Corlett with a bad taste in his mouth.
Was it BotCon or was it TFCC? TFCC. TFCC was BotCon before it became expensive.
See, I know he's not happy. He's like, until some different folks are doing things, and BotCon as it stands now is just a corporate conglomerate. It's not the fan-based thing that it was when John and Carl Hartman were running. John and Carl Hartman sold the rights to BotCon after 2004, and it has just become a massive corporate beast that's badly run. It is a money-making machine, but it's not very well designed for the fans nor the dealers who are going to participate there. Because if you're a dealer, you've got to compete against every other dealer and the people that are running the show because they have their booth. And Hasbro, because they have their booth. You know? Now, imagine you're a VIP guest like Wally Burr, who's coming bringing G1 production materials, first generation copies, etc., signed by him. This is the stuff he used to make the G1 cartoon. And he's having to compete with the people that invited him. And they made him pay for table space. Can you imagine making a guest pay for table space? That's why I tell my people, if you're a Transformers fan and you want the ultimate experience, it's here.
Thank you,
It
Darren.
ain't Mechacon no more, it's here.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a big jazz fanatic. Jazz has always been my favorite. What would you say? I mean, I even named a cat Jazz. So, but what would you say would be like the holy grail of collecting for jazz?
Right, just the G1.
Probably the
Probably
G1.
the G1 or that gold jazz.
That gold jazz that he has.
Just the V2.
Yeah. But if you're going for jazz and not a figure that was jazz before you.
Actually, no.
Yeah, actually jazz.
Yeah, I think it'll be it'll probably be the G1 or the gold or silver commemorative edition that Jared has. I think we're getting away from the history, and people are you upset we're getting away from the history, or are you enjoying how we're talking? I mean, I'm starting to think this turns into a show off our collection panel, and I don't want that to happen. And I see a lot of people are leaving, and if we're upsetting y'all, we're sorry. You know, we're not trying to, but we're trying to. You know, this is how we were. We got together to like eat, and it went from. It ended up in Gundams for some reason, and I was like, we gotta get back on track. We talked for 5 minutes. What we're gonna talk about? With World of Warcraft next.
Yeah, we talk about Warcraft.
We go back and forth.
Either way, are y'all happy or no?
I mean, we're about. If y'all want to, we can turn this over into the fan era.
I do have a question. When it got to Machine Wars, what was the timeline that most of them were taken from? Because I kept looking at that going, the Machine Wars Starscream has to be from somewhere else. Where is it?
He is not.
No,
Yes. To be honest, he was actually original.
that was a European figure.
Optimus was taken from. Yes. Thunderclash.
Yeah, it was
Thunderclash. Most of the basic deluxe class sizes were taken from G2. They had these, a couple of them that were more or less, you would kind of either pull the sides or pull the arms and they would transform for you. As far as I know, those were original, either that or they were last minute G2 that no one cared about to begin with.
How many G2s have we seen reissued at any point? Has anything else do we know?
Many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my G1 Grimlock that I love to death, and I mean, I had a friend who is no longer a friend, and not because of this, because we were in first grade, but he broke my G1 Grimlock, and I still have it. But also to go with him, I have my G2 Blue Grimlock because at the time,
nice.
because by the time my original Grimlock was broken, I just could not go without having another one, so my father was gracious enough to help make sure I had another one, despite the fact that he is blue.
Can't knock it. Real quick, switching gears and everything, just think about this. How did the quintessons come into play in the original movie, the original animated movie?
They appeared.
They were.
They really were. I think that where the quintessons came in is where the first time the writers of the show decided this show is actually popular. Maybe we should give the Transformers a real origin as opposed to just waking up on Earth for no reason. My understanding of it has always been that, in a way, the way the original cartoon always had it was the quintessons made the Transformers. They made them as workers. They were supposed to have the Autobots, or what became Autobots. I don't remember the original name, sorry.
The original name for the Autobots was, let's see, domestic unit, because there's a military unit. And
yeah, but they didn't really give them a class. It was just supposed to be the Autobots, or like I said, what became Autobots were more or less household, go do your groceries, clean your house, and the Decepticons were the military. They would, be military. And they started to become more and more distant from their creators, and sooner or later, the Decepticons were the first ones to break away, and they started to have a revolt against the Quintessons themselves. And I think that was when the Quintessons sort of decided, well, we'll use the Autobots to kind of become defenders for us. Well, they weren't doing a very good job, and the Autobots were the first ones to learn how to transform. They did not know how to transform, at least in the original G1 storyline. They did not know how to transform to start with. They were just robots, and they learned to transform originally for actual disguise because they weren't very good fighters.
Yeah, they
Well,
actually stole the technology from the Decepticons.
Really? It was the other way around.
Did you catch that in the episode?
I was thinking it was the other way around. The Autobots did it first because they weren't very good fighters, so they would hide, and the Decepticons had to learn to do it too, so they could do more sneak attacks.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that.
It's been a while, but that was always the way I remembered it.
Okay, what was that?
That was in the G1 series.
The name of the episodes were the 5 Faces of Darkness, was where that first really started. They showed the Quintessons for the first time in the movie, the original animated movie, but even then, they didn't really say they were the creators of the Transformers. It was really just Hot Rod and Cup sort of fell on the Quintessa
So they went
fell
more
on it.
into it in the series that they
Yes, the
did
very
after.
first episodes they
Okay.
started showing right after the movie,
Yeah.
where they started showing that.
The first 4 episodes.
5.
5, okay, yeah. The first 5 episodes after the movie were all about their origins and everything. They were okay.
Isn't that when Soundwave died? Became Sound Blaster?
No, that
was much later.
Japanese.
Isn't that why they created the Sharkticons as stupid as they were, so that
Well,
they could be controlled?
in the movie, the whole, I guess you can kind of say, I don't think they planned it at the time. I'm sure they made the movie they made the script for the movie long before they made that.
The completion date for the final version of the movie script was October 31st, 1985. And I know that because I've seen the stamp.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what about for the TV series script? See, that's why I like having you here.
They were making the second season and the third season simultaneously while making the movie. The reason that if you watch the season two, if you watch the progression from the animation, season 1 animation, not bad, but not great. Season 2, it gets progressively better. Then they took their best animators, their best colorers, threw them on the movie. They said, oh crap, we have all of our best people on the movie. They got this little studio out of nowhere called Mechacon that is famous for The Simpsons now. They did most of season 3. That's why season 3 has so many oopses in it, because they were in a massive hurry, and they were brand new.
I mean, I think everyone can agree that the original animated movie is probably one of the best looking for art of any animated movie I ever saw in the 80s. I could sit there and say the top 3 would probably be Transformers, Secret of NIMH, and I don't even know another one right off the top of my head. Heavy Metal, yeah.
Yeah, good choice.
Heavy Metal.
I mean, that was some of the best animation. I mean, I being the Transformers fan I am, first time I saw the animated movie, it was available to me, was at the first BotCon I went to, and it was because they show screenings every BotCon.
Wait a minute. How old are you?
23.
God. Okay. Because I was in the 6th grade when I saw the movie at the theater.
Me too.
I said I was young. I am young. But I love my Transformers.
You know, it should be noted that in the light of the release of the Michael Bay films, all the critics keep going back and going, you know, the animated movie from '86 was better than we thought. Time magazine ripped Michael Bay apart, and they were like, you know, if you want a better storyline with cohesive characters that you want to actually hear about, go watch the '86 feature. I was like,
it was a good movie.
They ripped Michael Bay apart.
It wasn't a good cartoon toy movie. It was a good animated movie.
One thing I don't get about the movie, they had 2 sections of curse words, which at that time we were going, oh, they just cursed. They had, oh shit, what do we do now? And open, damn it, open.
Yes.
Okay. When you get The videos. Okay, I had hadn't gotten it on DVD. I have it on VHS because I never bought it on DVD. I don't know if they added it back later, but they cut out the oh shit, what do we do now?
So they did
They
that
put it in
for-
the theater to begin with because they wanted to have it PG because they wanted the parents to go watch it with the kids as opposed to having the kids go watch it by themselves because they wanted to make
But
sure.
no, they had that in the theater.
That's why they put it in the theater
Oh, okay.
so the kids would be able to have have a better reason for the
So why
to
did
say
they
we want
take it out
toys.
when they put it on?
Because they wanted people to buy it for their children.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the marketing strategy.
It was taken out whenever came out on VHS originally.
Right.
It stayed in for the Canadian version always, if I remember correctly, but it was taken out originally for the American release. But it has been put back in, yes.
Because I remember I was like,
Yeah, it's,
they just cursed.
yeah, it's back into the DVD releases, both versions. The 20th anniversary release is actually better in terms of print quality for the film than the Rhino releases. The sound quality is better too if you have a surround sound system.
As far as releases go for the G1 sets, anything G1, if you want to be able to watch it and watch it well, like I said, I did not get to watch the Transformers animated movie until, my first BodCon. And it was not difficult at that point to go find any dealer at BodCon, and I bought a Canadian release because I wanted to be able to hear my cursing as well, for as little as it mattered. And as far as the TV series itself, they have a company that I'm very impressed by called Shout Factory. And
I just got the first season. Is it worth it?
It's worth every time.
I'm not getting the first season, not going to bother. I'm just going to go straight to the complete box set.
It's out?
It is on their website exclusively right now, but it has got to be the most loved animated series box set I've seen for an American show, not an anime or anything, in a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot, speaking for myself only, I've never heard of these guys. They're evidently really new. And they have gone to more lengths than I've ever heard of anyone doing for re-releasing an 80s TV show of any kind.
They have done a lot of repair. They had to do so much.
They had to go and find original copies of as many episodes as they could. Some of them were lost completely. But, I mean, just for all the things that Rhino replacing the audio, changing of scenes and doing their own little editing. Shout Factory has tried to have it be as original as they could possibly get it to make fans happy. They're everything that they could find.
Why did they change things to begin with? I mean,
Because
these are old copies, and back then they just really didn't seem to be that. This is my understanding anyway. They didn't seem to be very concerned with hanging on to them for very long. So there's pieces of episodes that are just not there. You can't. It's not that they're, miscatalogued. They're just not there. So they've had to do the best they can to get as much original. I mean, if there's original footage of it, they seem to have it, and they put it in there for you. From my understanding, not even for the complete box set, which is the one that I want to get, even for just the first series, or for the first season, sorry, they have TV toy commercials.
Yeah, they do.
I have the first season, and it's worth every dime to spend on it if you want to collect individual seasons.
They have original scripts on there too as well.
They have one original script.
But does the box set have the commercials too?
Yes, the box set has all the features that come with the season 1 box set and
They're
more.
gonna have. Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna have.
And with for everyone, I want to take out Optimus's Matrix just to show you, but the box set itself for the entire series looks like a Matrix.
Yes.
And you open it up from the middle to have it open up, and there's a little box in there that shows the actual Matrix, like the orb is glowing, and you lift up the top, and all the discs are inside.
Sweet.
So the entire show is within the Matrix.
So we can dig out over it every time we open it up. That's awesome.
And that is the coolest thing ever, because any one of us are going to want to open up the box and just,
I have to go get one.
I wasn't even interested in it until you said it came in a Matrix.
I mean, it's got great display appeal as well. I mean, if you want the display.
And you don't ever see American DVDs have that sort of thing anymore. Not a
Just
80
Shout
show.
has taken everything to a new level.
And as far as losing tapes and recording over stuff, if NASA can
God.
re-record over the 1969 moon landing, then imagine what happens to these cartoons.
I mean, how the heck do you lose that?
It's real
I work
simple.
there, the bureaucracy can lose
People
stuff.
who
Yeah.
work for these companies that did all the animation, they wanted a piece of it because they knew it would be worth something down the road.
Probably the same way that he
You're
was
giving them
able
far too much
to
credit.
obtain
A
this
lot of it's just
binder.
missing, it's lost, it was
Mainframe
used
probably
up.
told everything on the books that they burnt this or lost it. And here it is today. So
Yeah, it's like
With the receipts.
At NASA, it gets labeled as Class 3 hardware, and then you don't know what happens to it.
Well, we've been rambling for an hour.
Really?
Yes, it's our
45 minutes.
45 minutes, and we've only talked about the diachrome.
Yeah.
And this is how we get. I know all Transformers. I don't know if all Transformers fans, but this is how me and him get. Definitely, we would just be back and forth. I do apologize if you want to know more about the history. Well, we can talk later if y'all want. We're here all weekend to try and to fill in gaps. All the info we got Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I mean, late at night when I'm bored, I'll go on Wikipedia and search for like 50 different Marvel superheroes. You know. I mean, everything you can find on Wikipedia and more. Even they have trivia also, which I already know a bunch of trivia. We're actually, if y'all want to, we're gonna turn this from now on into the fan part. We really want to do a fan part on it. But yeah, well, I wanted to make it all fans, and my organizer saying wanted to have at least some history. I think we covered that. We covered Diachrome. So, this is what the idea for the fan part was. We were gonna choose someone like let's choose Mr. Shadow Hat back there. You like Transformers? What about Transformers has brought you to Mechacon and you are sitting in this room right now because of?
I came to Mechacon for several different things. Transformers was one of them, and just the movies and the cartoons, the toys, everything.
How old are you? 9.
Oh, he's a baby.
What's your first Transformers cartoon you remember watching?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
This is making me feel
I remember watching the movie first.
I do. What?
Well, thank y'all for coming. I know y'all have to go back to the mech pods because I mean y'all are getting paid to do that. Boss man says, let's go. David, you haven't talked yet. Why don't you talk about it? You talk about why you like Transformers? Show me your tattoo. He's a Decepticon heart just like me.
I like hers better.
Oh, you have one?
I grew up with it. I was an original product of the 80s. I mean, born in 78, survived all the 80s, the bad 80s toys. We'll go into Silverhawks and, Thundercats. That He-Man was awful as far as...
Oh, wait, I worked. You know what? He maybe never touched me, so we're good.
Yeah. I grew up with Transformers, G.I. Joe, things of that nature where, you had two sister toy lines that were out basically at the same time, TV and toy line. Why did I get into it? Because came home from school one day and Mom had a whole bunch of them sitting on the table because they were cheap. First one was Wind Charger.
Nice.
Played with it until all 4 of the wheels broke off.
That's my own Transformer.
Just a lot of things. I mean, unfortunately for me, after Beast Wars and Beast Machines, I kind of faded out of it for a while because I didn't like what was being put out. Red was okay, but after that, I just, up until animated, I didn't even really get into it.
Like Josh likes the Armada and stuff.
I'm just not a big fan of the shows. I mean, I have to be into the show to want to buy the toys, and for me, the show didn't catch my interest, so therefore I didn't touch the toys.
Well, the Beast Wars toys, in my opinion, the Beast Wars and the animated toys are the best toys outside for the cartoons ever. I mean,
they're the closest to the actual thing.
Yeah,
And they have more engineering into them.
Yes.
You can actually transform
Transformers,
them.
Beast Wars was ball joints. John, the organizer, his son, like they didn't get into it. They were like most G1ers. Animals, that's stupid.
See, I never could get into
Well, the thing was, they got into almost the end of season 1 when they started releasing toys early, and they were at a friend's getting fit for a friend's wedding, and his son was playing with Silver Bolt, and he's like, "Hey, we need more of these."
his son was playing with Silver Bolt, and he's sitting there, and then the leg snapped off. He's like, Dad, my Transformer's broken, you know, we gotta fix it. He's like, what happened? The leg snapped. Oh, I'm sorry, that's how Transformers are. You break a leg, you go buy a new one. You know, it's all pinned. And he's like, well, we'll fix it. Click, I fixed it. And he's like, wait, what? And he's like, you see that? He grabs it, he's like, oh, ball and socket. What?
They actually planned ahead, yeah.
Yeah, and animated, it's just,
Yes.
animated, I love Beast Wars to death. I love the animated toys even better. Because they're the best. If you ever watch Transformers animated, Sally got canceled early. The toys, I mean, Prowl is a motorcycle. His legs and feet form the wheels.
But he looks so delicate as a toy.
But he's not. He's not. The Samurai one's even better.
Samurai Prowl is.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, y'all talking about how y'all got into the show. Actually, I got to watching it on TV because the boys across the street thought it was really neat, and I was like, okay, I'll take a look at it. Got into it, obsessed with it. And then I wanted to play Transformers with the boys at school. And they said, you're a girl, you can't play Transformers.
Sure needs to be here, man.
I went, oh yeah, watch this. I went home and I went, Mama, let me tell you what they said. She said, what do you want? So she bought Soundwave, my first Transformer. And I went to school and I went, now tell me I can't play with the Transformers. And that started it.
Do you still have it?
No, that's the one that my friend's brother, little brother told my mother was his and broke.
Have you reacquired him?
No, I have not.
I can help.
Just a comment. One reason you young folks have had such luck with this is, if you were my age, the toys were pretty crappy when we were kids.
Yeah.
If you got a jigsaw, you made your own toys, and we made some fantastic stuff. The first Transformer I saw, I was enamored with it. And that's why I found one and bought it for Jared. These are the toys that old farts always wanted, but we never had.
You're not old, you're here.
My mom was the same way. She saw those and just like, I can't believe what they've got. So, yeah, my mom's.
My mom just bought me because I wasn't shoved. Like I wanted to. I was. Every time we went to, I was as a kid, I was a little sick, and every time we go to the hospital, and I got blood drawn, I knew we were going to take the toys and Ghostbusters toys. She's like, which one you want? One you want the trash can on his head. And if I screamed, I wouldn't get it. But I mean, she tried. Like she bought me Ninja Turtles in '89. Every Christmas was a different theme. They all got thrown away. Or I'm sorry, they didn't get thrown away. They were put in the shed by her boyfriend at the time because I played with them too much during the summertime. I was 12. If you no, I wasn't even that 12. I was like 7 or 8, you know. And you know, they got stolen. And I was like, man, that's why my toys are so, you know, for me they just go on shelves. I have like tons of. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment and I can walk. That's it. I mean, this one needs to get shelves. I've never seen Micah's collection before. All compact in storage.
No. It's like that.
It's like that's how we see my house. Like there's no straight
it's not quite
layout. So, I was buying the brown right here. Why do you like Transformers?
Well, I started off on Beast Wars when I was a kid, and it was one of the shows that and My Little Ponies. I don't know.
do you watch My Little Transformers on the internet?
No, I don't.
Search for My Little Transformers.
Go to www.mylittletransformer.com. It's done by a guy named Silas. Genius. He's a Transformer collector. His girlfriend is a My Little Pony collector. And every now and then they'll put Resident Evil. They'll put it's just different lines. It's My Little Ponies and Transformers as neighbors. And they have a pink castle. I think it's the My Little Pony castle. That's their home. And then Fort Max is Transformers' home. And it's just, it got destroyed. And, or the My Little Pony's castle got destroyed. And you saw the Fort Max. And what was the other one? No. Trypticon was the one that destroyed it. It was Fort Max and Metroplex rebuilt the castle. And it was like this big dollhouse. So it always dwarfed before Max. And I was like, it's funny. It's very cool. He actually, they got well known. They made a fan movie called Prime Passion.
I'm gonna have to get because I have to get it.
It centers around Sailor Moon and Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime was surfing the internet and found Sailor Moon, and she had like his trick to go and find her. They made a sequel. He has to go through all these trials and tribulations. They made a sequel called Prime Passion 2.
As long as it doesn't end like Kiss
No,
Players.
nothing to do with Kiss Play. It's G1 Prime.
I have nightmares with that tongue.
It's actually G1. It's like a G1 Prime. The sequel was that on the trailer you saw Megatron on eBay putting the G1 Optimus for sale, and he gets boxed up. And Silas's character's like, I remember selling this. Well, I got to go. Okay. So he sells it and he gets boxed up. Well, Sailor Moon has to go out and find him this time. Like, you know, the first one was a love to find love. This one, love reacquainted. The end of the trailer, you see red, like a red beam, and a blue beam, and it's Sailor Moon and Darth Maul in a lightsaber duel. And I was like, I've never seen it. It's never been put out yet. I don't know what
It's actually innovative.
Does anyone
Curtis, is there any way they can see this?
Say that link again.
MiloTransformers.com.
Milo.
Lil, L-I-L.
Like My Little Pony, but My Little
That's just as bad as the robot chicken thing where Optimus Prime had the prostate cancer.
Oh, yeah?
I like me and I like the Thundercats one. Have you ever seen the Thunder? Yeah, they're like, here's Lionel with the weather. He's like, thunder. Now sports. How many of y'all are Transformers toy collectors? Do any of y'all have the Classics Ultra Magnus Skywalker 2-pack? No. A lot of y'all don't. You know why?
I have an Ultra Magnus, but that's not it.
Silas has 5 of them in the box.
He's got like 12 of them loose.
He has 12 of them loose. Like, he saw a video of his collection, and I'm like, why do I buy 12 of every Transformer? I used to buy 2. One to keep in the box. One to keep open. Half the movie line is like that. I can't do that anymore. If it's in box, it's good. Yeah, you really got to do it. It's got to be expensive. In the economy, it tanked. I think I don't have one animated toy in package at all, unless I would get an autographed.
They're toys. They're supposed to be come out and play.
Yeah, but
Just take care of your toys.
I started doing toys. I don't do just
Repackage it
Transformers.
later.
I don't do just Transformers. I do everything. I do like a mix. And I started because I figured, I'll leave these in boxes. I'm gonna have kids one day, and I'll resell them. Over the past 9 years I've been collecting, I'm like, I want to play with some of this. The kids will come later. They'll have their own
Let me
money.
tell you what's really gonna happen. You're gonna go, I'm gonna have kids one day, and I'm gonna make sure they don't touch a damn thing.
Yes.
You
You know what ain't gonna happen? John loses parts all the time. He has a Cowboy Bebop. It's a figure of Spike, and there's a water polo, a rose in it. He's typing one day, and he goes, "Where's my rose?" Kids had it, dropped it in the can over, and they didn't tell him they left the can over there. When he dumped it out, it was all sticky and black. Kids and Transformers and toys.
That is why you have your Transformers in a room with a thumbprint ID, and unless they're gonna hack off your thumb and get in, they ain't going in.
It all gives you memories, the good and the bad.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of which, like going back to the question that everyone I think likes answered about why we collect
Four-letter word for caramel.
and why we love them as a fan. Yes, the shows are great, but I mean, it is still a toy line with a show. Obviously, me and my father there both love well-engineered toys. And that's something that I guess I probably picked up from you. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, I was so young. But, I mean, to me, like, no offense to any other toy line, but we'll go with G.I. Joe for just a second as an example. I like
G.I. Joe.
How can you have a comparison with any other action figure, and just action figure, mind you? How can you compare them to these? I mean, like that's the Revenge of the Fallen Later Glass Optimus Prime.
For the amount of interaction, right.
Thank you. Like, that is one of the most well-engineered toys that I've seen in an extremely long time.
I mean, even if your kid with the G.I. Joe, because the boys across the street had all the G.I. Joe stuff too. We played with those. And those, it's pretty much you would need somebody else to interact with those, to me. Transformers, you can sit there and transform them and do whatever by yourself the entire day long and never grow tired.
Probably a lot of the way, just to go along with, a lot of the way I think and I react to people and just, my entire mindset is probably, I've got a lot to do with how it was for me when I was younger, and I'm one of the only people I ever knew. I didn't have friends when I was young that liked Transformers 2. It was always just me, my Transformers, and my friends that liked Spider-Man and Batman sometimes. There were no nerd friends for me. It was just me. And I had, there's a couple of friends that liked anime, but that wasn't until we were already in middle school, high school.
But if I could throw one other thing, that technology was never there for this kind of toy until you got CAD and CNC machining, that you could develop a die of this intricacy. It wouldn't have been possible to create these toys in this manner.
Right. You can go back all the way back to the originals. Again, G.I. Joe. I mean, if I was, this age right now, back in 1985, asking myself, do I want a toy with rubber hips, or do I want a toy that transforms into an 18-wheeler? How can you even compare it? It's just, there is none.
Unfortunately, some of us just want both.
Yeah.
Best thing was trying to transform them as fast as the TV commercials. You never could.
Never.
I still remember back whenever BotCon thought it would be a great idea to have transforming contests.
How many did they break?
That would have caused more broken toys and hearts than you could ever know.
Well, that was an ingenious ad strategy, because then people had to go buy it again.
I couldn't even watch. I watched the contest one time. The second year I went, I never watched it.
You know what?
I don't even know how many times they did it after that. I remember whenever Beast Wars Transmetals first came out, even Walmart was getting into it, and they tried to have a transforming contest. I didn't go to the thing, but I just could imagine watching children who were so excited to get their, Big Bot and Megatron and lose them soon after.
I remember the McDonald's Transformers that were just, oh, I do this. Oh, it's
I have a lot though. Actually, what Beast Wars fans might not know, there was a Scorponok toy that came when Beast Wars first came out. It is the Transmetal version, and you have one in your booth. Technically, when in Beast Wars, when Pterosaur and Scorponok fell into the lava, they didn't die. They went to stasis lock. They survived down the line, instant continuity. That toy is the only time a Transmetal Scorponok will ever be produced. I did not know that until I picked up the A to Z encyclopedia of Beast Wars that came out last year in the comic stores. And when I saw that, I was like, I have that toy. It's ingenious the way they did it. I wish they would have made it into a full-size one. They're talking about for classics, if the other ones like Dinobot, Geor had hit big, they were going to make a Voyager-sized Rhinox.
Holy crap.
Unfortunately, if y'all have seen the Dinobot and Geor, you know how they turned out.
Yes, very bad.
I like that.
Dinobot's nice. I don't like his color. He looks like a rip-off Jurassic Park. But I mean, they're just, the McDonald's ones at the time were very cool when you were a kid. Nowadays, I mean, this like each toy line has something new. I love Cybertron toys because the ratchet, they have ratcheting arms and legs. You can pose them. The animated does not have that, but the ball joints on them are so sophisticated. And you can probably do a high kick if you want, because he's a ninja bot. It's that awesome. It's gotten to where, I mean, you can transform him and you'll see a head, which we call visible head syndrome, VHS. I think you've coined that term, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I did.
And Kibble. You can turn them over, and with animated and new stuff, and you will not see, even in the movie, you will not see one transformer hand or anything unless it's like Starscream using jet. It's come that far to where they really are robots in disguise. I mean, you can pick it up and like, oh look, there's his head, there's his arms, and his legs, okay? But I think Blur from animated, his head, his fold it up to make an antenna. Everything else.
But it's been a while since I've checked up on anything else like that.
Hey, matches with subtitles.
What was that? Transformers Victory and what?
Transformers Victory and Transformers Zone. They look like Gundams. It's a really good series.
I thought they got like an Australian English.
Also, they had Master Force and Headmasters. It was pretty good.
Yeah, they're just continuations in Japan, but I can talk about it. I know. Just continuations are good shows. I've watched bits and pieces of it, but I can't really find enough of it in series to actually watch all of it. I just don't have the time to. And the imports, you can try to import them in and not come in for DVD players.
Well, like I said, show-wise, I mean, considering the kind of Transformers fan that I am, even though I've always been more toy than show anyway, I don't own those the old Rhino G1 sets. I had the first season, that was it. And I wasn't really satisfied with it, except for the animation cells that I got with mine. Other than that, I didn't care. I do not own a complete G1 set, and now will be the first time that it will whenever I buy mine from Shout Factory.
Why do you like Transformers? That's what I want to know.
Ironhide is my hero.
Which one?
The first one. The only one that
From
matters.
G1?
Yeah.
The one with the Mohawk.
Mr. Country by himself.
Who was your hero?
Ironhide.
Okay.
What's your first Transformer, like your favorite Transformers memory?
What's the question you asked her? What's your favorite? What's your biggest memory?
My biggest memory would probably be having to buy this thing. I mean, because it's just, I took it to heart when I got it. But I think my biggest memory was sitting down, when the cousins finally did get into it, sitting down with them watching it. Because I have brother or sister, you know. I think watching it with my family was probably just my biggest memory. Because I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. We lived in a bad neighborhood, so you couldn't go outside and play all the time. So we all had to spend time in the house. That's all we did. We just sit down Saturday morning and watch cartoons all the time.
See, I only got to see a few growing up. With one of the boys that I would go to his mom's house while mom was working after school. So I got to see like 4 or 5 episodes as a kid. But every one of them stuck with me. And I always wanted to strangle Alita 1. Because when you're ordered to stay behind, you offer cover fire. You don't beg to be taken.
Josh, what's your favorite? Besides breaking your Jetfire boat. Yeah, to let y'all know, I was at Acon beginning of January. I'm sorry, June. I was at Acon beginning of June, and someone, my voice is shut. I'm sorry. One guy had a G1 Jetfire in box, and it was still white and one yellow wings. He wanted $750 for it. I had the money. I was very tempted, because that's a very, very good deal for that toy. And I really am sad that your toy got broken like that.
You still broken on my counter.
At least you still have them. All my broken toys got thrown away. If a toy looked, my mom, I did the Power Ranger thing, and for Christmas she would never use the Megazord. She got the Red Dragon Thunder Zord, and you had to take his head off, transform it. Well, I left it separated one day. I come home from school, couldn't find it. I said, where is it? Oh, I threw it in the trash. Why? Because his head was broken. It was off. I was supposed to do that. You know, anything broken got thrown away. I never got them replaced either. I know you had a question.
There was Jetfire, G1?
That was a G1 Jetfire mint in box. Still have to take one. I checked it.
It's the same thing as a Veritech.
Wasn't Jetfire Skyfire at first?
Yes, in Japan, Jetfire was named Skyfire.
In the cartoon, it was Skyfire.
Skyfire.
But in the comic, it was always Jetfire.
That's right. That's right.
And in the toy, he was always Jetfire.
Yeah. The Veritech mode is no longer considered. It's no longer allowed because of the Robotech, the Macross. However, if you buy the classic version, if you fiddle with it, you can make a Veritech Walker mode.
Yeah.
So,
the legs will come down. Yeah.
yeah, the legs will come down. It looks really cool. I don't have him. I have Treadbolt, and I did it online just to see how it looks. It looks really awesome. I know y'all too have Skyfire, Jetfire with y'all. I missed it because I got him back then when he came out. I was back in leave everything in the box, and the box was crumpled. So I was like, I'll get him later. Which is why I missed Soundwave from Cybertron. So, and I really want him now because I have Blaster. But that's why you should always open your toys now.
So anyway, he was asking favorite memory.
What's your favorite memory?
It's hard to say. I mean, my earliest memory is I'd always watch. Part of the reason Jetfire is my favorite Transformer is back whenever I was in grade school, the library had one Transformers video that you could check out. It was Fire in the Sky, the episode where Jetfire is introduced, and I must have watched that thing about 20, 30 times. And I always wanted it, and the figure, Jetfire, I didn't even realize at the time that they were completely different. All I know is I liked that and I wanted its toy. So finally finding it in that store and finally being able to get it, I mean, I was just on cloud 9, And finally getting my G1 Jetfire was probably my best Transformers memory.
I have a few too many to just have one in particular, but little things like, I mean, I don't even remember actually receiving that jazz that I told you all about, but I mean, the memory of the toy is in the toy, not my actual head, I guess you could say. Just little things like G1 Grimlock, G1 Jazz, those were special to me. Probably one of the more special ones to me was not because of the toys, but the actual memory itself, so I guess that makes more sense, was a Christmas whenever it finally occurred to me that I'm probably going to be collecting these toys for the rest of my adult life, and I said this to myself when I was probably 12 or 13. It was a Christmas that I got, my parents would never put the presents out early because I was way too good at repackaging them. And I say that while my dad is in the bathroom. And they had gotten me Beast Wars 2, Leo Convoy, and Galvatron, and most of the first series of all those toys, and they even packaged them, it was one of those things you could tell every toy was, or every present was packaged in the same kind of flowery Christmas wrapping, except for two, which were in gold wrapping. Guess what those two were? It was then on whenever I opened those two toys that it kind of occurred to me, yeah, I'm going to be doing this for a very long time, and I still have those two toys sitting in my closet right now, sitting next to each other.
Sweet.
That's from Beast Wars 2. Those are some...
No scratches, no nothing. They're in perfect
The
condition.
Beast Wars 2 toys are probably the best toys out of Japan that I've seen in a long time.
Just Leo Convoy and Galvatron are really the only originals.
Because they're the fashion leaders. Leo Convoy is a white lion. I mean, his fur is molded, so it has lines.
The Beast Wars 2 Galvatron is pinkish purple, but he is a dragon, a tank, well, really more of a cannon with treads, with a drill, and a robot. But it is probably one of my favorite molds ever. It was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen back then, and it just, it really changed it for me. It really made it just that much more special. And then my first BotCon, just the fact that I remember, like I said, just with where I grew up, I didn't have friends like Transformers with me, so it was just me and my Transformers. So when I found out, once I started getting on the internet board, there was such a thing as a Transformers convention.
There are people like me, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a big deal for me. It was like, I can go and talk to other people about this. Oh my God. So BotCon was a gigantically huge deal for me. And especially getting to do that with my family, because it was just me and my family that went. And, getting to experience that for the first time. And then probably the other big one was being so nervous about how much either people are going to love or hate the first Michael Bay Transformers, and leaving the theater. I didn't even get to go on the first day because I wanted to make sure I went with my girlfriend, who is my fiance now. I wanted to make sure I go with her, and we watched it together. And to not even be able to make it through the first couple of scenes, for me, this most special thing was to have, not, like I said, not even the first day crowd, but just a couple of people go and watch the movie, have Blackout transform, and have the entire audience clap and feel like I all of a sudden had a kinship with everyone in the room. That was awesome. I don't know why, it just was for me.
The energy in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. We were already going 20 minutes over our time, and they just called me, and they're like, "Gonna wrap it up." So, you want to talk about your favorite experience before we go?
Yeah, kind of torn between two. Either it was my birthday or a Christmas one year. My birthday one year turned 8. It was 86. Probably one of the older transplants up here. In 86, I came home one day from school, and they wouldn't let me in my bedroom, and I didn't know why. I just, and finally, they had a birthday party, and opened the bedroom, and depending on how many of y'all remember this stuff, walked into the bedroom. Of course, I had 2 twin beds. Both beds were covered in everything Transformers that they had out. Sheets, curtains, sleeping bag, pillowcase, anything you could imagine that was Transformers. That was it. Plus I don't remember what toys I got because I just remember the room looking like Transformers. And then came here for Christmas '86 or Christmas '87. I got every Headmaster and Target Master short of the Scorponok and Fort Mac. My mom and grandma had saved up and bought these things all through the year, and then somehow kept them hid from me the entire year.
You were lazy.
No.
Weren't expecting.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew the normal places to look, but they found better places. So, yeah, that's the two that I really remember that stick out. Just when you open up the box, because I didn't get a lot of little boxes like it was just one giant box. So I thought, and then you take the layers off, and there's more, and you're like, when does this box stop? But yeah, that's really the two for me that stick out the most. Other than my mom crying and when she watched Prime die in the movie.
That's for everybody, though. Everybody.
I actually got up and moved away from her because I was embarrassed. I remember that vividly, and just getting up and moving away from her. She was mad with me, and when we left, I don't know why. But yeah, that's.
Well, we thank y'all for coming. I'm here the rest of the weekend, kind of staff, but I think they're gonna be here too. If y'all want to talk some more, we love talking Transformers to everybody.
Yeah, just hang out or.
And if any of y'all are night owls, I'm working all night, so I need someone to help keep me awake.
We're
always willing to talk.
If I'm not mistaken, keep checking the video room schedules. I think we're. Actually, you know what? It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, you're getting the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, tomorrow morning we're getting the first 5 episodes of G1. We contacted Shout Factory, and we bought the first season, and we asked them, and they said we can play it. So we got permission to play the first 5 episodes of G1. If y'all go back and watch them and see the quality of them. So Video Room 1 is Video Room 1.
I'm not sure. I don't have my schedule.
Yeah, I think it might be Video Room 1, which is the one right over here. It might be downstairs on the first level called the dungeon.
I think it's Video Room 2.
If y'all want to check, you can come by operations before tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure that if I'm not there, someone else can tell y'all. So, but thank y'all again for coming. We hope we were informative and not rambling on too much. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. We really liked, I didn't expect this many people to tell you the truth. We did. We're gonna have 5, 6 people. People we know. I see a lot of familiar faces out pass by from the convention, and a lot of new friends who I've met. I met Darren here from Mechacon, like the first year.
Yeah, we were the first dealers that ever saw it.
Oh yeah, Darren. Me and Darren have a lot of experiences. Like when we met Peter Cullen 2 years ago, and this guy had a mini box 20th anniversary Prime, and it was in his lap, and Peter called on him. He's like, "Mr. Cullen," he jumps, and he flies through the air, and he hits the ground and crumbles, and Peter Cullen goes, "You dropped me on my head." That's not nice. And the guy, I was like, afterwards, dude, how do you feel? Man, I want to kill myself. I was like, really? Yeah. Can I have that toy? He didn't even Computer sign it. He was that embarrassed about it. So, but again, thank y'all for coming. I don't know what to say. You want to say anything?
Thank you.
Go to YouTube and go to www.youtube.com/bikertrashwolf. This man he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
What do you do?
He does Transformers.
Sorry for everybody's ears.
He does Transformers reviews.
Pretty much, like they were saying, I just do Transformer reviews. I do other things, a lot of off-roading videos, and just pretty much everything I do is on YouTube, more or less. But most of what I do, like I said, is Transformer reviews. It's I'm thinking of it more like a public service. Like rather than buying, I didn't bring any of them, but there's some very good figures and there's some bad figures, and I'm just trying to weed them out. And I've actually had people say, "Man, I was about to buy that," you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pass on the Fallen figure. If anybody has not bought it yet, pass.
It looks good.
No.
It doesn't look like anything.
What's that?
It doesn't look like anything.
No,
it's
it's
like a bunch of magnetic pieces of metal that's all stuck together.
If they would have taken and made it, you know, not transform and be a better just figure, because I mean, it never transforms in the movie. But if they had just made it an action figure that looked cool, it'd have been better than what it is. Because right now it's just they made it have like a like a spaceship mode. It's like, ooh, you know, have you noticed anything that they can't figure out what to make it? It's a spaceship now. But
Thank you, Michael Bay.
yes. I'm trying to get into making custom figures. I want to make a custom figure of Ravage because his little entry mode is terrible. And I was thinking about making him in a robot mode. But there's a problem with that, which we're all adults in here. The tail cannot go to the back. It's got to go forward. And it doesn't look right at all. But anyway, so I've still got some work to do on that figure. But anyway, yeah, I ain't got much else to say. So that's usually where I. Huh?
That's about it.
That's about it.
Again, thank y'all for coming.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
have fun with y'all.
You wanna roll over that?
Yeah, man, I'll let you roll that down. Yeah, oh, by the way, I'm on pimpunicorn.com. If y'all wonder where I got the golden disc readers from, big guys.